framework of the India-Russia Special and Privileged Strategic Partnership. We will begin with exchange of two documents, namely the agreement between the Government of the Republic of India and the Government of the Russian Federation on cooperation in migration, and the agreement between the Government of the Republic of India and the Government of the Russian Federation on temporary labor activity of citizens of one state in the territory of the other state. These documents will be exchanged by Mr. Vladimir Kolokoltsev, Minister of Internal Affairs of the Russian Federation, and Dr. S. Jaishankar, External Affairs Minister of India. The next two documents include the agreement between the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of the Republic of India and the Ministry of Health of the Russian Federation on the cooperation in the field of healthcare, medical education, and science, as well as the agreement between the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of Republic of India and the Federal Service for Surveillance on Consumer Rights Protection and Human Well-being of the Russian Federation in the field of food safety cooperation. These two agreements will be exchanged by Mr. Mikhail Albertovich Murashko, Minister of Health of the Russian Federation, and Dr. S. Jaishankar, External Affairs Minister of India. We next have two memorandums of understandings. These include the MOU between the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways of the Republic of India and the Ministry of Transport of the Russian Federation on the training of specialists for ships operating in polar waters, and the MOU between the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways of the Republic of India and the Maritime Board of the Russian Federation. These documents will be exchanged by Mr. Andrei Sergeyevich Nikitin, Minister of Transport of the Russian Federation, and Sri Sarvananda Sonoval, Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways of India. We now have the exchange of MOU between Messrs. JSC Ural Chem and Messrs. Rashtriya Chemicals and Fertilizers Limited and National Fertilizers Limited and Indian Potash Limited. This document will be exchanged by His Excellency Denis Alipov, Ambassador of the Russian Federation to India, and Sri Vinay Kumar, Ambassador of India to the Russian Federation. The last two documents include the protocol between the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs of the Government of the Republic of India and the Federal Customs Service of the Russian Federation for cooperation in exchange of pre-arrival information in respect of goods and vehicles moved between the Republic of India and the Russian Federation, and the bilateral agreement between the Department of Posts, Ministry of Communications of the Republic of India, and JSC, the Russian Post. These documents will be exchanged by His Excellency Denis Alipov, Ambassador of the Russian Federation to India, and Sri Vinay Kumar, Ambassador of India to the Russian Federation. I would like to additionally inform everyone that the two leaders have also adopted a joint statement which would be issued shortly. Both sides have also adopted the program for the development of strategic areas of India-Russia economic cooperation till 2030. And we also welcome the Russian side's decision to adopt the framework agreement to join the international Big Cat Alliance. Ladies and gentlemen, I now request the spokesperson of the Ministry of External Affairs to conduct the rest of the proceedings.
Namaskar, good afternoon, Your Excellency, Mr. Vladimir Putin, President of the Russian Federation, Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, Honorable Ministers, members of both delegations, distinguished guests, and friends from the media. We will now have the press statements. May I request Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, to give his remarks to the media.
Your Excellency, my friend, राष्ट्रपति पुतिन, दोनों देशों के डेलीगेट्स, मीडिया के साथियों, नमस्कार, दोबरे दिन। आज भारत और रूस के 23वें शिखर सम्मेलन में राष्ट्रपति पुतिन का स्वागत करते हुए मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है। उनकी यात्रा ऐसे समय हो रही है जब हमारे द्विपक्षीय संबंध कई ऐतिहासिक माइलस्टोन के दौर से गुजर रहे हैं। ठीक 25 वर्ष पहले राष्ट्रपति पुतिन ने हमारी स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप की नींव रखी थी। 15 वर्ष पहले 2010 में हमारी साझेदारी को स्पेशल एंड प्रिविलेज स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप का दर्जा मिला। पिछले 2.5 दशक से उन्होंने अपने नेतृत्व और दूरदृष्टि से इन संबंधों को निरंतर सींचा है। हर परिस्थिति में उनके नेतृत्व ने आपसी संबंधों को नई ऊंचाई दी है। भारत के प्रति इस गहरी मित्रता और अटूट प्रतिबद्धता के लिए मैं राष्ट्रपति पुतिन का, मेरे मित्र का हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। फ्रेंड्स, पिछले 8 दशकों में विश्व में अनेक उतार चढ़ाव आए हैं। मानवता को अनेक चुनौतियों और संकटों से गुजरना पड़ा है और इन सब के बीच भी भारत रूस मित्रता एक ध्रुव तारे की तरह बनी रही है। परस्पर सम्मान और गहरे विश्वास पर टिके ये संबंध समय की हर कसौटी पर हमेशा खरे उतरे हैं। आज हमने इस नींव को और मजबूत करने के लिए सहयोग के सभी पहलुओं पर चर्चा की। आर्थिक सहयोग को नई ऊंचाइयों पर ले जाना हमारी साझी प्राथमिकता है। इसे साकार करने के लिए आज हमने 2030 तक के लिए एक इकोनॉमिक कोऑपरेशन प्रोग्राम पर सहमति बनाई है। इससे हमारा व्यापार और निवेश डाइवर्सिफाइड, बैलेंस और सस्टेनेबल बनेगा और सहयोग के क्षेत्रों में नए आयाम भी जुड़ेंगे। आज राष्ट्रपति पुतिन और मुझे इंडिया रशिया बिजनेस फोरम में शामिल होने का अवसर मिलेगा। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि ये मंच हमारे बिजनेस संबंधों को नई ताकत देगा। इससे एक्सपोर्ट, को प्रोडक्शन और को इनोवेशन के नए दरवाजे भी खुलेंगे। दोनों पक्ष यूरेशियन इकोनॉमिक यूनियन के साथ एफटीए के शीघ्र समापन के लिए प्रयास कर रहे हैं। कृषि और फर्टिलाइजर के क्षेत्र में हमारा करीबी सहयोग फूड सिक्योरिटी और किसान कल्याण के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है। मुझे खुशी है कि इसे आगे बढ़ाते हुए अब दोनों पक्ष साथ मिलकर यूरिया उत्पादन के प्रयास कर रहे हैं। फ्रेंड्स, दोनों देशों के बीच कनेक्टिविटी बढ़ाना हमारी मुख्य प्राथमिकता है। हम आईएनएसटीसी, नॉर्दर्न सी रूट, चेन्नई व्लादिवोस्टोक कॉरिडोर पर नई ऊर्जा के साथ आगे बढ़ेंगे। मुझे खुशी है कि अब हम भारत के सी फेरर्स की पोलर वाटर्स में ट्रेनिंग के लिए सहयोग करेंगे। यह आर्कटिक में हमारे सहयोग को नई ताकत तो देगा ही, साथ ही इससे भारत के युवाओं के लिए रोजगार के नए अवसर बनेंगे। उसी प्रकार से शिप बिल्डिंग में हमारा गहरा सहयोग मेक इन इंडिया को सशक्त बनाने का सामर्थ्य रखता है। यह हमारे विन विन सहयोग का एक और उत्तम उदाहरण है, जिससे जॉब्स, स्किल्स और रीजनल कनेक्टिविटी सभी को बल मिलेगा। ऊर्जा सुरक्षा भारत रूस साझेदारी का मजबूत और महत्वपूर्ण स्तंभ रहा है। सिविल न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी के क्षेत्र में हमारा दशकों पुराना सहयोग क्लीन एनर्जी की हमारी साझा प्राथमिकताओं को सार्थक बनाने में महत्वपूर्ण रहा है। हम इस विन विन सहयोग को जारी रखेंगे। क्रिटिकल मिनरल्स में हमारा सहयोग पूरे विश्व में सिक्योर और डाइवर्सिफाइड सप्लाई चेन सुनिश्चित करने के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है। इससे क्लीन एनर्जी, हाईटेक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और न्यू एज इंडस्ट्रीज में हमारी साझेदारी को ठोस समर्थन मिलेगा। फ्रेंड्स, भारत और रूस के संबंधों में हमारे सांस्कृतिक सहयोग और पीपल टू पीपल टाइज का विशेष महत्व रहा है। दशकों से दोनों देशों के लोगों में एक दूसरे के प्रति स्नेह, सम्मान और आत्मीयता का भाव रहा है। इन संबंधों को और मजबूत करने के लिए हमने कई नए कदम उठाए हैं। हाल ही में रूस में भारत के 2 नए कॉन्सुलेट्स खोले गए हैं। इससे दोनों देशों के नागरिकों के बीच संपर्क और सुगम होगा और आपसी नजदीकियां बढ़ेगी। इस वर्ष अक्टूबर में लाखों श्रद्धालुओं को काल्मिकिया में इंटरनेशनल बुद्धिस्ट फोरम में भगवान बुद्ध के पवित्र अवशेषों का आशीर्वाद मिला। मुझे खुशी है कि शीघ्र ही हम रूसी नागरिकों के लिए निःशुल्क 30 डे ई टूरिस्ट वीजा और 30 डे ग्रुप टूरिस्ट वीजा की शुरुआत करने जा रहे हैं। मैन पावर मोबिलिटी हमारे लोगों को जोड़ने के साथ साथ दोनों देशों के लिए नई ताकत और नए अवसर क्रिएट करेगी। मुझे खुशी है कि इससे बढ़ावा देने के लिए आज 2 समझौते किए गए हैं। हम मिलकर वोकेशनल एजुकेशन, स्किलिंग और ट्रेनिंग पर भी काम करेंगे। हम दोनों देशों के स्टूडेंट्स, स्कॉलर्स और खिलाड़ियों का आदान प्रदान भी बढ़ाएंगे। फ्रेंड्स, आज हमने क्षेत्रीय और वैश्विक मुद्दों पर भी चर्चा की। यूक्रेन के संबंध में भारत ने शुरुआत से शांति का पक्ष रखा है। हम इस विषय के शांतिपूर्ण और स्थायी समाधान के लिए किए जा रहे सभी प्रयासों का स्वागत करते हैं। भारत सदैव अपना योगदान देने के लिए तैयार रहा है और आगे भी रहेगा। आतंकवाद के विरुद्ध लड़ाई में भारत और रूस ने लंबे समय से कंधा मिलाकर सहयोग किया है। पहलगाम में हुआ आतंकी हमला हो या क्रोकस सिटी हॉल पर किया गया कायरतापूर्ण आघात, इन सभी घटनाओं की जड़ एक ही है। भारत का अटल विश्वास है कि आतंकवाद मानवता के मूल्यों पर सीधा प्रहार है और इसके विरुद्ध वैश्विक एकता ही हमारी सबसे बड़ी ताकत है। भारत और रूस के बीच यूएन, G20, ब्रिक्स, एससीओ तथा अन्य मंचों पर करीबी सहयोग रहा है। करीबी तालमेल के साथ आगे बढ़ते हुए हम इन सभी मंचों पर अपना संवाद और सहयोग जारी रखेंगे। एक्सेलेंसी, मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि आने वाले समय में हमारी मित्रता हमें ग्लोबल चैलेंजेस का सामना करने की शक्ति देगी और यही भरोसा हमारे साझा भविष्य को और समृद्ध करेगा। मैं एक बार फिर आपको और आपके पूरे डेलीगेशन को भारत यात्रा के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं। स्पासिबा।
Thank you, sir. May I now request His Excellency, Mr. Vladimir Putin, President of the Russian Federation, to give his remarks to the media.
Уважаемый господин
Distinguished Prime Minister, dear friend, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to sincerely thank the President of the Republic of India, Draupadi Murmu, you personally, distinguished Prime Minister, and all our Indian colleagues for the warm and hospitable welcome accorded to the Russian delegation. The negotiations that we've just had with the Indian colleagues, and as well as our talk yesterday with distinguished Mr. Modi in the form of tete-a-tete at his residence, the dinner was great. I would like to thank you for this sign of attention. These talks were very useful. They were held in a constructive and a friendly atmosphere in the spirit of the special and privileged partnership between Russia and India. I would like to point out that we and Prime Minister Modi have established close working dialogue. In September this year, we met during the SEO summit in Tianjin. We are regularly having telephone calls. We are personally overseeing some aspects of development, Russian-Indian cooperation, all the strategic avenues, and also we are monitoring the course of the implementation of key bilateral projects. And today, with the participation of our delegations, we have meticulously and substantively reviewed the whole range of relevant questions of the Russian-Indian multifaceted interaction. We exchange our opinions on the relevant global and regional subjects. In the joint statement that we've adopted with Mr. Modi, we've delineated the priority objectives on the further reinforcements of our ties in the politics and security, economy, trade, and humanitarian and cultural spheres. As you saw for yourself, we have signed an impressive package of intergovernmental, interagency, and corporate agreements. Many of those agreements are intended to broaden the economic cooperation between Russia and India. And this is entirely natural, due to the fact that our countries are important partners of one another in trade, investment, and technologies. Last year, our bilateral trade turnover has grown by 12%, setting another record. According to different data, this number may look different, but it is generally around $64 billion US. Currently, we are forecasting that the results of this year will remain at the same impressive level. At the same time, as I perceive it, we are up to the task of getting this number to the level of $100 billion. And to reach this important goal, we have harmonized the program of development of Russian-Indian economic cooperation until 2030. This comprehensive document gives us a concrete set of objectives. The Intergovernmental Commission, the ministries and different agencies of the economic bloc of both countries have set objectives to remove barriers hampering the goods flows and capitals, the implementation of joint projects and deep technology and innovation cooperation. And distinguished Prime Minister gave us a whole list of challenges that deserve the most attentive focus of our government. We will do that. The growth of Russian-Indian commercial links would be helped by the creation of a free trade zone between India and the Eurasian Economic Union. We are already conducting work on the corresponding agreement. I would like to note with satisfaction that our countries are gradually moving to the use of national currencies in mutual settlements. The share of these national currencies is already 96% in commercial deals. We've established resilient channels of credit, financial and interbanking cooperation. Russian economic operators have broadened the sphere of use of Indian rupees, which we receive from the fulfillment of export contracts. Russian rubles are being used to provide loans for large joint projects. We are also seeing successful partnership in energy. Russia is a reliable supplier of oil, gas, coal and everything that is required for the development of India's energy. We are ready to continue uninterrupted shipments of fuel for the fast-growing Indian economy. Of course, the bilateral interaction in energy does not limit to that. We are also conducting a flagship project to build the largest Indian nuclear power plant, Kudankulam. 2 out of 6 reactor units have been already connected to the energy network and 4 are still under construction. Getting this nuclear power plant to full power output will give an impressive contribution to the energy requirements of India. It will help supply Indian enterprises and houses with cheap and clean energy. We presume that we could talk about the construction of small modular reactors and floating nuclear power plants, and also non-energy application of nuclear technologies, for example in medicine or agriculture. We are working with our Indian partners to build new, effective international transport logistic routes, including the projects to create an international north-south transport corridor from Russia and Belarus to the Indian Ocean coast. There are large opportunities for bilateral trade due to the broadening of the trans-Arctic transport corridor infrastructure, including its main artery, the Northern Sea Route. There are many other sectors of the economy where Russia and India have garnered positive experience. We are conducting joint initiatives in industry, machine manufacturing, digital technologies, space exploration, and other science-intensive avenues. For example, in accordance with the commercial agreement signed during the visit, there will be a large Russian-Indian pharmaceutical factory built in the Kaluga region in Russia. We will be starting the production of high-quality anti-tumor medicinal drugs using the advanced Indian technology. In their turn, the Russian enterprises will be establishing the production of industrial products in the framework of the Make in India program, which is a hallmark project of distinguished Prime Minister Modi. The prospects of the reinforcement of the interaction of Russian-Indian entrepreneurs and business circles are discussed in detail during the ongoing Business Forum in New Delhi. We are going to take part in the plenary session of this event today together with Mr. Modi. The humanitarian cooperation between Russia and India is also of a multifaceted character. Our peoples throughout centuries have been sincerely interested in the traditions, history and spiritual values of each other. Scientific and educational contacts, exchanges from among the youth and public are also actively developing. The regular alternating festivals of Russian Indian cinema are always popular. From year to year we see the increase in tourist flows. Today, the Russian TV channel RT is starting its broadcast in India. The new channel will undoubtedly help the Indian audience to better know Russia and Russians, and also to receive an objective information regarding what is going on in our country today. While discussing the key global and regional problems, we have confirmed the consonance between the positions of our countries. Russia and India are conducting independent and self-sufficient foreign policy together with the like-minded countries in BRICS and SCO, and from among other countries of the global majority. We are promoting the processes of forming of a more just and democratic multipolar world order. We are defending the main principles of the international law enshrined in the Charter of the UN. Among them, the right of country for its own way of development and the preservation of their cultural civilizational identity, respect for sovereignty, careful balance of interests of all participants of the world community. As state founders of the BRICS, Russia and India have done a lot of things and continue to do more to increase the authority of the organization. As you know, next year India will assume the chairship in the BRICS. We will provide all necessary assistance to our Indian friends in the work on the relevant BRICS agenda. I would like to point out Russia and India are traditionally closely cooperating in the military technical sphere. Our country, for the last half a century, has been helping to arm and modernize the Indian Army, including the air defense forces, aviation, and the Navy. In general, we are undoubtedly satisfied with the results of the negotiation we just had. We also, ahead of us, we have the meeting with the President of India, Madam Murmu. But even now, I can express my confidence that the current visit and the agreements reached will help the further deepening of the Russian-Indian strategic partnership for the benefit of our countries and the peoples of India and Russia. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, sir. That concludes the press statements.